I noticed that in the past, guys would come around me or I would go around them and be at their house and chilling or whatever, and they could never like sit down and be still and have a serious conversation about certain things. Sometimes they could, sometimes they wouldn't. But something that I noticed in the last 3 guys that I talked to prior to talking to the CEO, the last 3 guys that I talked to all had a couple of things in common. Then why don't you think that when you are actually with a physical person that their energy is being exchanged and now they have you on them and you're depleted? Okay, I want to give him some. You give it to him. You feel drained. You're like, oh, I'm sleepy. I don't know where that comes from. Oozes out. Those juices that flow out. That stuff is so powerful. I'm in my bed and it's 12:43. Thanks to my bed being right here, I can see the time. But I'm making this video because as I'm laying here and I'm in meditation, I just wanted to share with you all right quick. I was reflecting back on the guys that I've dated throughout my lifetime, and I was thinking about the sexual encounters that I've had with those particular people. And as I'm reflecting and comparing, I'm doing like a comparison analysis on, I don't know if y'all do this, but you know how you've been dating somebody and then you compare them to the other people you've dated, so as I'm sitting here doing a comparison analysis, I've literally realized that all of the men that I used to date prior to the last, to the current guy that I'm talking to consistently now, most of them were energy vampires, sexual energy vampires. And I say that because maybe I should turn on the camera. Don't mind me. The camera's this close to my face because I'm in my bed. So I just wanted to speak to y'all right quick and tell y'all, I noticed that in the past, guys would come around me or I would go around them and be at their house and chilling or whatever, and they could never sit down and be still and have a serious conversation about certain things. Sometimes they could, sometimes they wouldn't. But something that I noticed in the last 3 guys that I talked to prior to talking to the CEO, the last 3 guys that I talked to all had a couple of things in common. 1, they will always work out when I got in their presence. 2, they will always read books when I'm in their presence. And 3, they would try to match my energy to a T. And 4, another thing that I noticed is that every single time after I had intercourse with those guys, I felt drained. Even if the sex was really, really great, I felt drained and I would go to sleep immediately. I've reached, peak. I've reached the orgasm and my energy is depleted. So I'm sleeping for an hour, 2 hours out of my day just to recover. So the comparison analysis came through my meditation as I'm laying here. I'm just when I'm having sex with this person, I'm always able to get up and go. I'm always able to get up and do this, get up and do that. I still our energies match each other. The reason why I'm making this video is because I want you to be aware of your you have such a magical punani. It's so magical. The energy that comes from it, the energy that oozes out, those juices that flow out, that stuff is so powerful. Past the 3D thinking of your mind. Get past the 3D thinking of your mind and start thinking with your energy and exchange that you give it to. My mom always told me that when you have sex with somebody, imagine it one piece of paper like this. See if I can do it like this. I gotta go like this. I'm trying to hold my phone on my legs. So imagine that you got 2 pieces of paper with glue on them. Sex is like when you stick the paper together and then peel the papers away, there's residue from both papers on each other. It's stuck for life. Unless you do the work and goddamn balance out those chakras, you got to tap in and get that them energy blockages out and get them negative entities detached from your body, because a lot of shit that you be going through is energetically and spiritually binding you and making you feel like your mind is in a fog, when really you probably just need to do some internal work to remove it. I just got a cramp from doing that shit. Damn. Anyway, that example that I just gave you in regards to like putting the paper together and then having the residue on each individual paper, my mom told me that when I was younger, and I can't get that out of my head. I was never able to get it out of my head. Hence why I told y'all I don't be having more than one SD, because I can't do it. Like, I physically cannot do it. I need time. And the other reason is because those are soul ties. Those are sexual soul ties. When you give your body to somebody else, that energy cannot be destroyed. It's exchanged. It's never destroyed. We all know that energy cannot be destroyed. If you don't know, now you know. So when you are in an exchange, when you're having SCX with someone, okay, say for example, if you have very, very high energy, you're always high vibrational, your energy is super duper high, and you go have sex with somebody whose energy is opposite of yours, your energy is not going to be as high as it once was. And that other person's energy is not going to be as low as it once was. You all are going to balance each other out. So now it's like a mediocre energy. The other person isn't so high in energy, and the other person isn't so low in energy. That's why it's important to be mindful of those SEX exchanges you be having with people. That is the same thing goes for friendships as well. If you are a high vibrational friend and you always got great energy, such as me, or like me, you're not going to be compatible with a low vibrational, cynical person, pessimistic person who has low vibrating frequencies. You're not going to be, and even if y'all do have something in common and you come together, the person with the high vibrational energy as the friend, and you go to the other person that's low vibrating in energy, again, it's going to come to, y'all have to balance each other out. It's going to balance out. Look it up. The same thing applies when you are two high vibrating souls. Two high vibrational souls having SEX will still be able to get up and accomplish all the tasks that they need to do. The low vibrational souls, if it's two low vibrational souls having SEX with each other, the energy level stays right there. It stays low. It don't go high. You don't get no more energy than what you're already giving out, So be mindful. Okay? Be mindful. I remember, like, I don't care. And this isn't just with the opposite sex. It could be with the same sex too. Sexually or friendship. It doesn't matter. The energy is what I want you to pay attention to. It's the energy. When y'all are entangled, pay attention to how you feel. Like, how is this person you're making your body feel? So when you're out here having SEX with people and you letting them in your house and you letting them in your bed, you letting them in your mind, body, and soul, you letting them do any and everything to you, and you wondering why you can't stop thinking about this person, why you can't get them off your mind, why you can't do this or do that, I remember the last guy I dated before the CEO, his ass literally, I would be concerned about his mama. He would be like, oh, this is going on with my mama. There were so many red flags that he kept on, things were starting to pop up that he was like, oh, I need to go do this for my mom, and I need to go do that for my mom, do this and do that. And I had thought about it. I was like, this motherfucker's a liar. When I first met him, he didn't even have a good relationship with his mom. As a matter of fact, he told me he kept his distance from her. And then all of a sudden, you doing this, doing that with your mom. No, he was out cheating. He was out doing him. The point that I'm making is, and he would be out cheating, and then I would go out of town and go to his house, and then, because we were in a relationship, and he would be acting like, oh, we're together, this and that. No, you're out here spreading your seeds. in different women, and you want to come spread them and lay them right on me? Be mindful of your sexual energy. It's very strong. It's very powerful. And a lot of times when men get around you, they don't even, you be wondering why this guy is so amazing. This guy's so motivational. Da, 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 da. He may be those ways, but a lot of times they are siphoning your energy. They're literally fucking bloodsuckers siphoning your sexual energy. And I know that because today when I was working on something creative, I felt myself being stimulated. Like my sacral chakra was very awakened as I was being creative. And I could have stopped in that moment and went and masturbated like I usually do. But I didn't, because I wanted to harness that energy, harness that power of what I was feeling. And I harnessed it so well that I couldn't stop what I was doing until it was complete. That's how strong your sexual energy is. Your sexual energy is so strong that you literally can use it to manifest your life into reality, like manifest your dreams into reality when you are masturbating. So if you understand that you're able to bring your dreams to life when you are masturbating, then why don't you think that when you are actually with a physical person that their energy is being exchanged and now they have you on them and you're depleted? That's how you know if it's good or bad. If you have sex with somebody and you feel drained afterwards, like you just need to go to sleep, not because, and it's not, don't be like, oh, he gave it to me so good. He gave it to me so good. Oh, that was so good. She was so good. He was so good. He was so good. And it put me right to sleep. I remember when I used to brag about that shit because I'm thinking they're doing a big one. Them fucking bloodsuckers, they are sucking your energy out of your body and then going to harness it and do what they please to manifest their dreams because they done got your good shit. All right, now that just came from I just had that download and I wanted to share it with you all. This is how one more thing. This is how you know sometimes you could test this in the spirit before you open up your legs and give them to somebody. You have to test the spirit. Once you finally test this, once you decide like, okay, I want to give him some. You give it to him. You feel drained. You're like, oh, I'm sleepy. I don't know where that comes from. The way to tell if it's a good energy exchange, if you are supposed to be having sex with this person, is you will have more energy afterwards. Both of y'all will have more energy. Both of y'all will want to get up and still do shit. Both of y'all are going to be thinking about, y'all both will have that high, that high that you get from having sex, that natural high that you get from having sex. Both of y'all will have that after the session is over, if it's meant to be. If that's somebody you're supposed to be exchanging your energy bank with, it'll happen that way. Y'all get up happy. Oh, that was great. Y'all can even talk about it like, damn, you did that. Okay. I had a good time. But if you feeling tired after your session, I'm sorry, sis. That man is not for you. I don't even care if you married to him right now, bitch. He ain't for you. Look it up. Look into it. You ain't got to believe me. Just look into it. Google it. But I'm not telling y'all this from Google. I'm telling you this from my mind, body, and soul of what I experienced and why right now I'm laying in my bed at 12:54 in the morning making this video to let y'all know to be mindful who you giving that pussy to. Because they can drain you and deter you from your goals. And now you're heading down a path of being stigmatized because you didn't realize that this person is taking from you. I dated a guy for 6 months. 6 fucking months. I broke up with him and I still could not get him out of my energy for like 2.5 years. Almost 2.5 years it took for me to get over him. Because of the sexual energy, the exchange, what he was saying when we was in those sessions, he was putting spells. I'm telling y'all, okay, you can think I'm delusional all you want, but I'm telling you that shit real. Pay attention to who you giving that pussy to. And men too. Men too, same thing go for y'all. Them Jezebel spirits be sucking everything right up out your ass. And y'all have no idea that that's what's the cause of all the depravities that's happening in your life. That's the cause of you losing money. That's the cause of you not being able to get shit done. That's the cause. That woo-ha done wore your ass out.